Good morning, everybody. It is May the 7th, I think. It's Saturday. I know that. And we're going to go try. I'm actually going to go spray ahead of the lentils. I'll talk on that in a bit. Hopefully I remember to. But we got to use the combine and the spray trailer for the first time yesterday. There were a lot of leaks, and actually not a lot of them were my fault. Most of them were from assembly that clamps weren't tight enough. But we did have, it still looks like a couple drips here and there, but that's minor. We'll get her ironed out soon enough. We did have a kerfuffle because this guy is actually backwards. So it's backwards to this one. So this one, the handle points in the direction of your source. Why is it dripping? There really shouldn't be anything in that. Anyways, so on this one, the handle points in the direction of your source. So it's this way, it points to this, or this way, it does your recirculation. The other one, the handle points away. So one of these days, I'll flip that around. Hopefully, it can be done. By the time we got that all straightened out, I got home and realized I forgot to put water in my rinse tank. So I'm doing that right now while things warm up. I should mention that last night's cocktail, we had some Griffin, which is the little box, some Veroxor, which is a little jug, but then comes with a bunch of merge. That's Cropade Plus. And we got glyphosate. Okay, so we're gonna boot her down south. So Dad took the tractor and seeder down last night while I was making sure everything was kosher on this. Surprisingly, we had one leaky tip where it needed an O-ring and one plug tip where it looked like it had a piece of silicone or something in there. Other than that, everything worked good. No issues with the solenoids. I was expecting a bunch of leaky poppets. No, that was all good. So we're gonna roll down south. They're saying it might rain today, a little, but not much. We think we'll be able to keep going all day. And maybe tomorrow. Forecast for Monday and the rest of the week does not look that good. So we're just going to try and smash something in today. We figured we'd start on the lentils because we already have lentils on the grain truck. Dad's going to run them to precision in about an hour to get them treated. And hopefully that lines up pretty good that he's coming down and Mom's coming down to pick me up. And we can all get moved back up north at the same time because I got to grab my truck from town and Dad's got, I think he hasn't yet, but he's going to right away put some Foss, like our pulse blend, on the old grain truck. Alright, let's see if I remember how to do all this. I think I got my job already set up correctly. I did that because I wanted it to agitate the whole time I was coming down here. Usually, I already did step one wrong. Usually I fire that guy up as soon as I get into the field. It's only got like a 3-mile radius because it makes its own little map. And if you get outside of that, so like as soon as you power it up, it'll start, and you keep going, it'll start squealing at you. So I usually wait until I'm in the field to Turn him on. Alright, we got climate field view set up. We got the Raven Viper 4 set up. I need to make sure that's off. Turn on my overlap and my turn compensation, and we're in auto mode. That should pressure things up, which it did. We'll turn on the auto boom. It should have picked up. Maybe it's because I deleted them. Well, I'm gonna have to do a new baseline, which is minor. But yeah, I think I'm set up to go. Alright, so we seem to have almost everything working. Well, everything is working. A few things are not quite right. For some reason, I don't have any of my chimes. And yeah, that. Don't worry about that. These things are notorious for being very sensitive on the hydraulic level. And they have a horrible way, or sight glass, to check. To the point where I actually have to put my phone in and snap a picture and then go look at it. And I did that last night, and I must have had it looked okay. It must have had a shadow across it, or having said that, the booms were in, so that might be the height difference, the level difference. But yeah, that's getting old real quick. And don't know if you can really tell, but the tires are constantly adjusting. These 710s, they make it want to be a jerky ride because it's always steering. Would you shut up? Jesus, I got like 60 acres to go. And every freaking bump. Anyhow, we have an update kit to install. Oh, just shut up. It senses the tire position in between the GPS signal. So this thing needs to move X inches before the satellite picks it up and adjusts it. Well, this kind of helps it out. This it's a wheel angle sensor or something. So wheel angle sensor will be installed at some point here. We're going to talk to Young's because they need to be able to drive out in the field and do some calibrations and whatnot. So they'll come out and install that, and then I don't think that's a rock worth picking. Obviously got to put some hydraulic oil in this thing, and I got to figure out how to turn my chimes back on. Otherwise, we're doing pretty good. Well, I guess I'm a dummy and I was wrong. So it was still doing that all field. It would beep, and that's not uncommon in these things if you don't have the oil just high enough. But I was right that there was enough oil in it until I seemed to have a leak somewhere. I got out to rinse the tank, and there's a hell of a mess under here. So I don't know. I saw it squirting out somewhere around here. I don't know. Well, so gonna have to get some tools and a bunch of oil and a bunch of rags because I made an absolute mess. Yeah, first breakdown of the year. Like, it was behaving. I've seen it do that before and it wasn't leaking. And usually it's like right on the line. So, and this corridor, I'm not saying it's overly hilly, but it's hilly enough, and it's not a lot of long strips, because it's a lot of times when you're turning or driving on a side hill like we are right now, or just accelerating, you get that fluid sloshing around and it sends you an alarm when you're on the low side. So I did get out and look, but I don't know, I just flat out didn't see it in there. Because I went and I looked that way, just figuring if it was a leak, it would be spraying. I don't know how I didn't see it. So that sucks. At least I didn't run the machine right out of fluid, and we got done spraying, because it was only in the last 5 acres, and yeah, about 5 acres that it stayed on. It was the very last strip. So last half-mile strip is where it stayed on, because it was coming on 2 or 3 times each strip before. So, you know, we're probably down 20 liters or better now, but we'll see. Well, I got brave and fired it up, and it's shooting sideways out of right there, so I probably just blew an O-ring, which is good. That's about the cheapest fix you could ask for at the all things considered. You know, I'm probably going to burn through. I'll just blow this thing off with that. I'll wipe it down. I'll get some rags. Then once we have a good day, I'll get the what's that stuff called? It's that foaming spray. MS Shippers. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but I'll blow that out and wipe it down a bit, and yeah, well, makes a mess, but all things considered, that's pretty okay. Well, these lentils, I don't know if this is a bad omen or if they're just trying to make us work for it, but my lentils got contaminated with peas at the at the input distributor. But they made it right. They sourced some others. I'm not worried about that. I'm not even upset. It's just another thing to go wrong. It was just an O-ring that went on the sprayer. Funny thing is, both of them were loose. So I don't know what's up with that. But I'm going to run this old cow down to Precision to get some, or get the weight of it so that we know how much we put in. Well, it's starting to look like the day that was not to be. We got everything calibrated, and we were setting things up in field view and making sure the blockage was working, and this junk rolled in. I normally love to see rain, but we've had our fill for the last month here. Anybody know if you can get hail damage on a crop you've yet to plant? Jesus. I'm gonna say we're not gonna seed tonight. Yep, this is definitely prime seeding weather. Hail. The big one's coming down. Dad wants a concussion. Well, and 20 minutes later, we got my other truck unstuck. And it is dead calm out. It's weird. There's definitely some ugly looking clouds, and those were the ones that just went right over us. Huh. First time I've been hailed out seeding. Every year there's something new. Well, first attempt at seeding, we were 10 minutes away from getting seed in the ground, and we got hailed out. All I want to do is put some seed in the ground, and it's just fighting us. Quick reminder to like and subscribe if you enjoy what I'm doing. Ask any questions. I'll try and respond to all comments and questions as best as I can. Thanks again.